Hello everyone, it's Master here, and today I have an absolutely amazing LEGO Star Wars set to review. This is the 7676 Republic Attack Gunship from 2008. This set comes with 1,034 pieces, was rated for ages 9 to 14, and cost you $120 back when it was in stores. This is an amazing model. It's just such a nice looking set. Comes with great minifigures, great features, and is definitely worth the $120. I think that if they added another $20 onto the original retail price of the set, I still wouldn't question it or really say anything about it. But let's look at the minifigures to be the first part of the review. Alright, so here are the minifigures that come in the set. There are a total of 5, and I have to say these are all amazing looking minifigures. However, there is one criticism that I do have, and I wish that it did come with a clone pilot, because I'm pretty sure they were producing them at this point. Or if they hadn't produced them yet, just make one for this set, because of course you need to have a clone pilot for a large spaceship. However, this clone trooper right here takes that position, and he's I guess the placeholder for the pilot. And anyway, now we'll just look at these minifigures. So the first one here is, of course, the clone trooper. You can see he has a rangefinder, and it's just a regular plain Phase 1 clone trooper. Personally, these are some of my favorite clone troopers that exist. This is my second one. I don't really have many of the animated style ones. I do have quite a few more of the Episode 2 versions that have been released ever since 2013. So this is what this minifigure looks like. Has some pretty nice printing on his torso, some on his back, nothing on the arms or legs, but I do like this pretty simple, minimalist look. Really does appeal to me. Here they have a blaster for him, and this is of course the head. Right here is my favorite minifigure from this set. This is Phase 1 Commander Cody. I think he's an amazing looking minifigure. I think he comes in one other set. I think that's the Geonosian Starfighter from 2011. And this is just a great minifigure. He's actually pretty rare and pretty sought after, because I've seen him being sold online for $40 to $50, and that's just for this minifigure. So you can see he has this plastic, I'm not sure what to call it. I wonder if it's really cloth in the television series. I haven't watched it in quite a while, so I'm not really sure. He has 2 blaster pistols right here, this little, I guess, neck guard, I'm not sure what to call it, and of course a visor here so he can see if there's bright rays of a sun or something, so he of course can be sure of what's going on in his surroundings. Really nice printing on his helmet, pretty nice printing on his torso, the front and back. And of course, if you lift his head off, it's the same clone trooper head, because of course they are all clones. The next minifigure right here is the animated style Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I do have to say he does look a bit like Ewan McGregor, who is of course the actor who plays Obi-Wan in the prequels. I didn't know that this hairpiece was actually different than the one that they were releasing with the movie variant of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it's interesting. I didn't know that. He has some pretty nice printing on his torso, none on the back, however, and nice head. However, I'm not as big of a fan of these lightsaber hilts, because this is after the chrome had retired, but before the sort of silver color came about, so not as big of a fan of that. But here we go on to Plo Koon, a great looking minifigure as well. I haven't had him before, but it's great to add him to my collection. No printing on the back, but some on the front of the torso. There's a different color brown for the torso and different color brown for the arms, which is nice. Same lightsaber as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a rubbery head, but that really doesn't bother me. Still just a great looking minifigure. And finally here we have Asajj Ventress, who is the only force for evil in this set. Pretty nice looking minifigure as well. I didn't know, well, I was reminded, I had forgotten for a bit, that LEGO had created new molds for her lightsabers, which is pretty neat. Of course, red blades, pretty neat. It has a nice cloth piece for her cloak, robes, which is pretty nice. Of course, printing on the torso as well. And some pretty neat printing on the head. You can see there's back of the head printing. So yeah, pretty nice minifigures. All I wish is that they created a clone pilot for this set. Otherwise, the minifigures would be 100% great. But that just takes a little bit of a nick in my ratings, so. But otherwise, great minifigures. I can't complain at all about these. Alright, so here's the Republic Attack Gunship itself. It's an absolutely amazing looking model and has so many features in it. I'm really excited to show it to you. So we'll start with the sort of front and bottom, and then we'll move around and see how it goes. So I'll just put my camera down. So you can see there are some ball turrets here at the front, and they are stuck here using some hinge pieces as well. So they're double hinged, so it does move a bit like that, but everything is really stable. I've seen some people online say how parts of this set, like the hinges, they fall off and everything, but I've never had any issues like that with this set personally, so I'm not sure what's going on. But they have some really nice lime green pieces here at the front, which I do like, and I think it really fits in well. Over here, of course, there is a sticker that has a Salacious Crumb-like creature. Maybe it is Salacious Crumb, which would be pretty neat. And there are actually two sticker options. There's this, and there is also the, I think it's the Twi'lek or Twi'lek. I'm not sure which pronunciation is correct. It's a singer or something like that that's on there, but I personally prefer this creature dropping the bomb. I think that's pretty neat. And of course, they here have a little sort of tally system of how many droids or droid outposts they've destroyed, and here's something in Star Wars language. And you can actually open this up, so you lift it up like that, and you just raise it up like this, and you can also do that on the other side. And in here there is a little command center thing. I think this is supposed to be one of the ones that are in episode 2 on Geonosis, when the starships that the Separatists have are being destroyed, and of course here are 2 seats, you can put someone on there. There is a sticker control panel on here, no print. I don't think there are any prints besides the bubble turrets in this set, and that's what this looks like. You just fold it up, and it just slides in there, and you pull these down. It all fits really well. It's really snug, really smooth, and it's really nice that it is double hinged, and when you fly this thing around, these won't open, so it's not really an issue. Over here is where the back to tank is, which is also a nice feature. I don't think that any other gunship has that. Let me just focus. And here there's a little unlocking mechanism, so you'll lift this up on this side and lift it up on the other, and you'll just slide it on through, and this is what the back of the tank looks like. The transparent pieces are not lined up 100% correctly, but that doesn't really bother me. It's fine, in my opinion. And you can just open it up, and you can put a minifigure. So I'll just put Obi-Wan Kenobi in there, just say he got injured in battle, and this is where you can put him. I think that's pretty neat. Of course, it's important to have some sort of medical equipment around when you're in battle, so I do appreciate that. And you can close that up. So right now, we'll look at the cockpits. Alright, so here are the cockpits on the ship. You can also see there are some stickers going up along here. I'm not really sure why they're there. Of course, that's really in the movie and the TV show, but I don't really know how necessary they are, so I don't think if you decided not to add them, they make that much of a difference. But you can see there's also a very large maroon sticker right here, and that is accurate to both the TV show and the movies in which the gunship is in, because that is the gunner's seat. But anyway, you can see that these are some pretty interesting pieces. I'm pretty sure they're retired, but what happens is that you can open them like this, and of course you can fit a minifigure in each, and I'll just put this clone trooper in here, and you'll have to lie him back completely as far as you can go, but he's still looking forward, which is something that's good. And he does have a control panel. It is a sticker, and it's a sticker over 2 parts, so if you do have this set, make sure that, gotta get this to focus, there we go, just make sure that you're taking this set apart carefully, because those stickers are over multiple pieces. And there's no minifigure to put here because there's no gunner that comes in the set. Preferably I would have put this clone trooper up here if there were a pilot, but unfortunately it doesn't have that. But then of course you can close these up, and there it looks really good. And over here there's of course a little roundel for the Republic, which is really nice. It's a sticker, but this is definitely very necessary, so at least you know who this ship belongs to. So now we'll look at the storage and the little droid compartment. Alright, so up here you can see there is this panel piece that's going along here, which looks really nice. That really makes everything flow well. And what you can actually do is you can lift this up, and inside there are two little spy droids that can be placed in there. And I think these are similar to the ones that Darth Maul used when he sent them out to spy on Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan on Tatooine. So I really appreciate that. It's just a little added function. LEGO could have left this blank, but I always appreciate extra features. So I think that's pretty neat. Of course, just close it up like that. Looks really smooth and really neat. Up here you can see there are 8 flick fire missiles. And of course you can just fire them like this. If you do flick them, they will fly far, but you can actually make them act like bombs. Of course, those all fell on my floor, so I will have to pick those up later on. But yeah, I think it's a nice inclusion. Over here, of course, there are the very large rocket launchers that are, of course, here. They're done really well. They're pretty secure. They won't fall off on you. Over here on the wings, you can see that there are some stickers, but I do think they look quite good. The only bad thing here is this red is not maroon. I wish they made it maroon, otherwise it would have fit really well. Still, I really think it looks fine. Over here they have these really nice printed bubble turrets. And of course you can open them up and you can sit a minifigure inside there. There is a stickered control panel, so of course there's a control panel. Always really like that. So that's definitely really neat. On the other side, since this is perfectly symmetrical, that is there as well. So definitely something that I do like. And this is what it looks like from the front, which is a really intimidating but neat look. On the back, you can see that there is a sticker on this hinge right here. I think this is supposed to be a compartment, but you can't really put much of anything in there, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Back here, of course, is a cannon which can shoot things that are behind, so if something is pursuing you, you can gun it down pretty easily and quickly. This is, of course, the back of the rocket launchers, which is nice. And back here, there's actually a little storage compartment for a speeder, which is something that I always like. I like little storage compartments. I definitely think that it adds more value and fun to the set. So you just pull down the ramp, and you can take out the speeder, and of course you can put a minifigure on there, which is pretty nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and get Plo Koon, and I'll put him on there so he can be riding around on the speeder bike, which I think looks pretty good. It definitely adds more value to the set and definitely makes it more fun, so you can be zipping around like that. And of course you can attach his hands. I'm not going to do that now, but yeah, I'm sure you know how this works. So let me just take him off. Alright, and to put it back in, you just slide it on in. Pretty simple. And then you just close the ramp and the speeder bike is inside. Alright, so for the final main feature of this set is, of course, opening up the troop bay doors. So, of course, this is the only gunship that does come with 2 sets of doors, and this is the only one that can go in space because the other ones have a bubble turret right here, which leaves a big opening. So first, you open this door just by pulling manually like that. And at the back, there is this Technic piece that you can turn counterclockwise, and that'll open up the doors like that. And you can see there is the speeder bike in there that I just showed you before. And I'll just open the doors on the other side using basically the same mechanism, but it's mirrored. And that's what it looks like. It's really neat. The speeder is in there very securely. There is also a little weapons rack, so you can get all your minifigures accessories on there, something I really appreciate because you won't have any accessories lying around to get lost or misplaced. And there is also an area for your troops to stand, and I'll just go ahead and put Clone Commander Cody in there, and I'll also put Plo Koon there as well. So I think that looks really nice. I think that's quite effective, really good for the space. And before I conclude, there's also two little storage compartments on either side, so I'll just open up these. And in here is an extra rangefinder, and right here are two antennae, so I guess you can receive communication and sort of customize your figures as you wish. You can take off Commander Cody's, you can get off his visor and just put in a rangefinder if you wish. So that's pretty neat. I always like variety. So now we'll wrap this video up and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so for my final thoughts on the set, this is absolutely amazing. This is definitely the best Star Wars The Clone Wars set that I own, and I don't really know of much that they could have done better with the build of this. The only two criticisms I have is get rid of this and put in a maroon piece and add in a clone pilot, but other than that, this is an absolutely magnificent set. I highly recommend it. Personally, this is my favorite out of the Star Wars Republic gunships, and I know there's a lot of mixed opinion which is better, the 2013 version or this one, but I think that this one does take the cake. So when it comes to how much I'd spend for it, spend anything less than $270 for it. Don't spend more than that. It's not worth more than $300 definitely, but it definitely is a great set to own. And it's one of those sets where you'll feel really satisfied after the build. So I highly recommend this set. Stick around for more Star Wars reviews because they will be on the way, and I'll see you all later. Bye.